What's up, people? I am back. Today we're continuing. In my opinion, this shouldn't have been a franchise, but they ended up making it one. The the House of the Thousand Corpses. Now we're on to Devil's Rejects, the sequel that came out in 2005. I remember watching this the first time. This was a little bit after I think I watched the first Halloween. I watched his take on the first Halloween, and I saw that he did this one too. I wanted to check it out, and holy shit, man. This movie is fucking crazy. I think I had seen House of a Thousand Corpses, but I didn't remember it was him. And I always remember seeing that fucking poster. But I gotta say, this one is really good. It's basically about the Fireflies on the run. Mainly Baby and Otis and Captain Spaulding are on the run from the police, and specifically the Sheriff Whittle, who wants basically like personal vengeance on them. And then they meant those 75 homicides and disappearances is all out in the open. I love the opening of this film. Just like the police arrive and they have to be on the run. It's basically just a run movie. Ken Foree, I mostly know him as Keenan's dad from Keenan and Kel, but he's in a lot of these movies. He was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. I thought he was great in this movie. He was one of Spaulding's friends that he had a hideout with, but yeah, the kills are great. They kind of just, the Otis and Baby just kill people on the way and have to be on the run. That's basically really all this movie is. It's just them on the run. It's such a simple kind of just plot. I love that it's set in the 70s. Even though you don't really know it, but I think it's fine. And yeah, you do get your Rob. I would say I love this movie, but you do kind of get the start of your really kind of bad, like over the top dialogue. Like there's a scene later where Ken Foree's character, Charlie, was buying like chicken from a guy. A guy was talking about chicken, like fucking chickens. So like, yeah, you get dialogue like that. But I'd argue it at least fits this movie compared to, like, let's say Halloween. So, just all around, it's a great movie. Sheriff Whitle's a decent character. You understand, like, why he wants revenge, you know? And that scene where he just cold stabs the mom was like, God damn, like, dude. Yeah, this movie's great. And just the ending is pretty dark. You know, they all die. That's why I was like, why did this get a sequel? When I heard they did a third one, I'm like, why? I still haven't seen it, so we're going to be watching that next Tuesday. But I'm just like, why? They all die in the end. I felt like, oh, yeah, it ends. They all die because, like, you know, you think they're going to go free because they end up going free after Sheriff Whittle dies because they got broken out. And then they drive off, and you got, like, Freebird playing. You think, oh, it's going to be like they're out, and then no, they get fucking arrested. They get cornered by cops, and then they have to go into battle, and then they die. So I'm like, why did they? I don't know how you could do a third one from that. I haven't seen it, so who knows? It could be really good. So, but overall, I really love this movie. I love the tone of it. I love the characters. Not necessarily, even though I know they're bad people, but still, they work. I think Bill Moseley kills it as Otis. Like, Otis is fucking creepy, man. He has, like, I think Bill Moseley could have, like, he should have been, like, Charles Manson in a movie. Like, I honestly think he could have played Charles Manson in a movie and it would have worked. He had that, like, creepiness about him. So, but yeah, if I were to rate this movie out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, I think it's a great one. Probably, for me, it's Rob Zombie's best movie, but you can almost argue this one or House of a Thousand Corpses. I would agree that maybe House of a Thousand Corpses is probably a more objectively better movie, but I do prefer this one. I don't know, I just something about the tone of this one I really like. So, but tonight, yeah, I was supposed to do this video yesterday. Fell asleep like an idiot. But today, so technically tonight, I will be reviewing. This is going to be a movie I've never seen, so this one I'm going to be going in blind. But I'm going to be reviewing Nighthawks with Sylvester Stallone. Never seen it, like, at all. I don't even think I've heard of it. I just someone mentioned it to me, and I was like, I figure I'll do, because I was doing Stallone movies for a while, so I was like, figure I'll watch this one tonight. I wanted to do this one like I think a while ago, but things got in the way, so today I'm doing it. And then tomorrow, I will be reviewing, I guess technically the final of the Texas Chainsaw movies that I've done, since I've already did the 2022 one. We're reviewing the 2017 Leatherface. All I ask is I just hope it's better than the Texas 3D. That's all I ask. Just be better than that one. But anyway, let's get started on the Devil's Rejects. So the movie opens up. It's May 18th, 1978. Sheriff Weidel and state troopers arrive at the Firefly house. They can destroy them, and the family are getting ready to fight the officers. You have like a final kind of face-off situation. The cops come in, but yeah, Rufus ends up getting killed. Mother Firefly ends up getting arrested, while Otis and Baby have to make a run for it. Steal a dude's car, kill him. So the kills in this are more like they just kill people they happen to run into, because they're on the run. Sheriff Weidel, throughout the film, starts questioning Mother Firefly. About the murders, and she goats that she murdered the other sheriff. And yeah, Sheriff Weidel, man, he don't give a fuck if you're a woman or a girl. He'll beat the fuck out of you. God damn, man. But yeah, so they go to the hotel. Otis and Baby take hostage a band at the motel. They end up taking him hostage. And the roadie, who I recognize that dude, he's in a lot of movies at that time. I would always just see him in but yeah, he ends up getting killed. Shot dead. The murders in this are pretty brutal. I think House has probably more brutal kills, because they're in the house and they could do more. Whereas this one, they're on the run, right? So they end up taking them hostage. Otis takes I think one of them had a wife. Roy is the name of the guy. I couldn't think of the guy's name. Roy, one of the band members, has a wife. Otis takes her and basically rapes her. Yeah, this is the movie. This is the scene. I would talk to, if I were to talk to Rob, I'd be like, this is where that makes sense in a movie like this with a character like Otis. I could believe he would do that. He's you can tell the kind of character, and it works for this movie. Unlike fucking Halloween, Rob, where you had an unnecessary rape scene, this here makes sense. I mean, obviously, it's not as intense as that other scene, but it's just if you're gonna do a scene like that, at least have it make sense to the story. And it just in that one, it didn't. Here it does. So after that, Otis ends up taking Roy and Adam on a errand. And when they get there, Roy and Adam, that's what his name was, Aaron. Adam try to fight back. Adam ends up getting stabbed and shot in the neck. And Roy ends up getting bludgeoned to death. And back at the house, Baby tries to force the mom, or Roy's wife earlier, to slap, well, no, her daughter to slap her because her daughter needs to go to the bathroom. And basically, in order for her to go to the bathroom, baby basically says she has to do something for her. So she has her slap her mom like really hard. And then basically it was just a ploy to try to get out. Daughter tries to escape, noise is made. The mom thinks she has a chance to escape by stealing baby's gun, but it turns out it's not loaded. And baby throws a knife like perfectly, like right at her, like right here. It was like, God damn, that was a perfect shot. I would not have minded. I don't think she would have been the best, but I would not have minded at that time Sheri Moon Zombie to be not Lori, to be fucking Harley. Like I could see it. Like she has like, at least in this movie specifically, she has Harley-isms in there. I don't know if she could have did the accent, but I think she had like the mannerisms right. So yeah, she ends up killing the mom. Daughter comes back. Daughter Wendy, that's what her name was. She tries to escape, runs into Captain Spaulding, who actually is baby's dad, so he knocks her out. Otis comes back with Adam's face now cut off, who Adam I recognize from Rob Zombie's Halloween. This is about, like, not long after this is when Rob started kind of using the same actors. So they decide to leave Wendy tied up with the Adam face mask, which was pretty creepy. Very Texas Chainsaw Massacre-ish. So Otis, Spaulding, and Baby make a run for it. The next morning, a maid comes and ends up finding all the bodies. And Wendy, who's freaked out because she has like this mask, she also probably can't really see through it really well. So she ends up, running away, but she ends up running into the road and getting killed by a truck. Fucking brutal. Pretty brutal. Like, 'cause then the next scene you see, like, the fucking body parts and the officer's looking for it. Then Sheriff Weidel has, like, a dream. Oh, also throughout the film, the group are dubbed the Devil's Rejects. Like, they even have, like, there's that scene in the motel where the maid finds the bodies. It's like on blood, it says Devil's Rejects. Kind of like I honestly wouldn't be surprised. I would throw in, I didn't even think about this, they have a Manson kind of family feel about them too. I even think there's a line where I'm pretty sure that was actually said in the actual Manson murders, or one of them, where Otis says, "I do the devil's work," or something like that. I'm ad-libbing it, but essentially that line. That sounds like something a Manson would say. Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Manson family also somewhat inspired them a little bit. But, so Sheriff Weidel has a dream about his brother, who was the sheriff that was killed in the last movie. He has a dream about him. Sorry. Hold on. But yeah, he has a dream about his brother, so he decides to go in the Firefly's cell and basically kill her. He stabs her like fucking brutally because he thinks he's like flirting with her and all this, and he just ends up stabbing her. I'm like, God damn. He wants personal vengeance for his brother's death. So that's basically his arc, the whole movie. He just wants revenge, which is fine. It works for this movie. So Weidel decides to get a couple bounty hunters named Rondo and Billy. One of them played by, God fucking damn it. One of them, hold on. Anyway, one of them is I didn't remember this, but yeah, was Danny Trejo's in this movie. I must have not remembered that he was in this, because I'm like, holy shit. And I think the other one was fucking DDP. It was like, DDP's in this movie? must have at the time when I was watching this not. I mean, I think even when I was first watching, like, oh fucking, Trejo's in it, but I must have forgot he was in it. And I definitely forgot DDP was in it. And yeah, they were great. Even though they were more minor characters, they're like in a couple of scenes. They're not in a lot, but I thought they were great. A little bit that you see them. So Spalding, Otis, and Baby end up going to one of Spalding's old associates, Charlie, who you see him like earlier, but he basically runs like a whorehouse. Oh, yeah, so then that's the scene where Mother Firefly ends up getting killed because she revealed, yeah, she was the one who shot her brother. So Otis and they have like there's a little montage of them drinking and all that shit and getting high and all that. Then the next morning, this is where we get the chicken fucker scene, which I'm not really going to go into. It's not really that important. They buy chicken from this weird dude who talks about fucking chicken. I'll keep it at that. Then when they're about to drive off, Sheriff Weidel threatens Charlie that basically you gotta let me he basically tells him you better give them up to me. So after that, while they're all kind of celebrating, the sheriff ends up getting, along with the Unholy Two, end up taking Otis, Baby, and Captain Spaulding. And I think that's pretty much the last you do see of the Unholy Two after this. I don't really think you see them again. Yeah, I don't remember seeing them again after this, so yeah. Then Whittle starts kind of torturing the family, which kind of, it's, in a way, it's a nice little moment, because it's like you kind of get to see the villains kind of get theirs. That's why, I'm going to side point really quick. I haven't seen Three from Hell, so this isn't me going in on necessarily the quality of the movie, but this is more just, why did they didn't need to do a third one. This one has the finality feel, like these guys are finally getting theirs, even though it's not fully a long one because they end up getting broken out later, but it's like, it was like them getting theirs because they're finally facing the music. This is supposed to be the last one. So it just, I don't know why, who knows. I'm not saying Three from Hell still can't be a decent movie, but I don't think it needed a sequel, so we'll see, and I'll talk about that more a little later. So yeah, Sheriff White, like, he's fucking, like, stapling their chest, and even, like, when he stapled Baby, it was, like, even brutal. He, like, stapled the shit out of her. I'm like, my God, like, yeah, Rob, I'll give him this. He doesn't hold back on the violence, man. He has, like, a very visceral feel about the violence in his movies. So, yeah, he shocks Otis and Spaulding with a cattle prod. Essentially kind of lets Baby go just so he can hunt her like an animal almost. So it kind of like a little callback. I don't know maybe if it was intended as one, but I see it as like a callback, because we remember the first movie back in House where she let the late girl so she can hunt her. It's almost like the same kind of thing. But then Charlie ends up coming back, trying to help out and break them out. Whittle ends up beating Charlie to death. I think he beats him. No, he kills him with an axe. Yeah, he ends up killing Charlie with an axe. But then Baby gets shot and then about to get strangled by Whittle until Tiny ends up coming to save her, killing Whittle, and then help break out break out Otis and Spaulding, who are in a burning building about to be burnt to death. So they end up getting saved. They get in his 1972 Cadillac and drive off into the sunset. And then they drive down the road. You get like a scene where you think they're about to be broken out. That's like Freebird starts playing, which I love that song. You think, oh, they're going to be broken out and all that. And then they run into a police barricade. and they decide basically they know they're gonna die, so they decide, yeah, we're gonna go out in a blaze of glory kind of deal. They drive towards the barricade, and yeah, they end up getting shot to death, and then the movie ends. Basically, they died. There's no way. I mean, I guess maybe they'll explain that maybe they didn't really die, which would be bullshit. They were shot to shit. You can't, no. No. But I love this movie. I think this is a fun one. I love that it's just basically an on-the-run movie, and that it makes sense. I love these characters, even though I think it's because of the way they play them is so good. The Firefly family are interesting horror villains, and I think they're good. R.I.P. Sid Haig. I love him as Captain Spaulding. I kind of wish we got a bit more of him, but that's fine. I overall love this movie. I think the characters are great. It's a fun little, chase movie. You got some solid kills. The score is pretty good. Honestly, I love the score in this. But yeah, to me, it ends here. They're gonna have to really justify in 3 from Hell how they're gonna get out of this one. They fucking died. They got shot to shit. Like, literally shot to shit. I think even one of them was a headshot. Like, come on, no. And I just think, to me, this one ends it finally. These House and this movie being a 2-parter works for me. They do the initial killings in that first movie, and then in the second one, they're on the run because they're now out and people know who they are. So I would have rather, I don't know. I just think it being a 2-part movie kind of works. I don't know. I don't know if it really needed to be a trilogy. We'll see. I'm not, and this isn't me, like I said, necessarily I'm not mentioning anything about the quality of 3 from Hell. 3 from Hell could be a decent movie, or even really good. I don't know if it'll be really good, but I can see it being decent, but it's still like, I just feel like it being a duology film works, we'll see. Who knows? It could be really good. So, but overall, I really love this movie. 9.5 out of 10. Definitely recommend it. It definitely is a bit visceral. I will say Rob's movies aren't necessarily for everybody. So yeah, if you're really squeamish, or if you don't like intense like violence and not just like killing either. I'm talking about like there's a rape scene. Obviously I'll say it's not as brutal as like the one in the Halloween remake, but there's a rape scene. I know some people just don't like seeing that in movies. I can understand that. So, but yeah, overall, really awesome movie. Love the characters. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. If you're a horror person, I heavily recommend it. So, but yeah, guys. Tonight I'm reviewing Nighthawks. I'm going in on that blind, so I don't know anything about this movie. I don't even think I've seen a frame from this movie, so I'm gonna be going in blind with that one. That's really all I can say. But I'm gonna get ready to end the video here. I'm gonna cheers out. As usual. I'm Joe Biden. I'll talk to y'all later tonight. Peace.